if I remember correctly, we should be right at the investigation of Sakura. Yes. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Hey, mother. I hate when it's like you want your face scan. I was like, I texted my sibling to be like, hey, don't forget to put away the rice, and my mom. I texted my mom because I didn't want my sibling to have to get up, but I texted my sibling instead, and my sibling's like, yeah, I'll do it in a moment, and apparently she just texted my mom, saying to do it. My mom should do it. So, anyways, we're just passing along, putting away the rice. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death was estimated to be around noon. 12 noon. Okay, yeah, because I fell asleep. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the okay, it's just Twitch this time. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There was evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries was noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Well, that could do it. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't see any blood though when we did the zoom. When we did the zoom up. You scared me. Notifications scare me. The zoom up, we didn't see anything, but we see it now in the background. Okay, Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the truth quote section of your handbook. Hey. I think this time might be a challenge. Why is that? Right, because of the locked room. There's no lock, and there's a door in front. Wait, there's a door. There's a chair in front of the door. Why is that? The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from the inside of the rec room, which means the killer must have had to escape somehow after barring the door. Sorry, I can't hear. Okay, is it just you that can't hear me, or is it like, am I too quiet? Well, you can't hear me. Well, never mind. We're gonna move past that idiotic question and hope for the best. Should I message? Well, so if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? In other words, there's a classic locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But really, nope. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this? I would hope it's... Sorry, I'm now really distracted. I hope it's not. Just... One second. I want to see. I got really worried. Yeah, okay, cool. Listen, paranoia. Anyways. This is their fault. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this? Hey. Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind. That's fine. When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 classic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after an actual crime was committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime and then through some special means seals the door. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approach include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if there to see if that's what is going. That was right. God, brain. I have a little bit of a headache, so we're trying. The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime was committed. Oh. Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun or shoot an arrow through a gap in the door or something like that. But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gaps that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list. The third type is the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that? They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. I think I seen something with that in it. But God, it's like, my brain's like, yeah, you've seen this, but I don't know where I seen it. That seems very familiar. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe. And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room after all. Not a locked room? By that I mean, there actually is an alternative escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. When you think you can cross that one off too. Indeed. I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locker room mysteries, these are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seem the most likely in this case? It's true. That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. So, I'm gonna sound like a huge nerd, but back a while ago in middle school, obviously Death Note was huge. I think it might still be, I don't know. But what happened was there was a physical book, like novel, of kind of like L, or maybe the predecessor to L, where it was Beyond Birthday, and he did a locked room mystery, but it turned out the part of the investigator team, or the investigator, and the murderer were the same person. Spoilers, were the same person. And so what happened is it was a locked room where he had things on each wall because he had to leave them, and it went from 4 or 3 or 3 or whatever, and then 3, then 2, then 1, and then there wasn't going to be any or something, I don't know. No, then it would be 1, but you needed 2 of them to make the mechanism to lock the door. So he would just pull it, and all the evidence would leave. So he would go do the killing and lock it outside. So that's the first one. But then with him being the last victim, spoilers, where he was going to kill himself and have this final mystery go down with him, where he pinned the one up, the mechanism, but he can't because he didn't have 2. He pinned one up, he locked the door himself, and he was going to die. And but the person solved it before he could. So I don't remember anything else from that book at all. I fell asleep probably during 50% of it, because I would read it when I was falling asleep. Well, actually, my sibling would, but that's not the point. But I was falling asleep with that. So that's the only thing that I remember with locked rooms. It just came to me when I was thinking about it last night. When I was going to bed, I remembered that book, and I was like, I guess, yeah. So my brain brought it up. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sayaka, if nothing, or for Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. Let's investigate right to left. The locker is open, and there on the inside is a handprint. What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left handprint in all the dust. How did the inside of a locker get so dusty?
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, is this gonna be Hiro again? Because Hiro was locked in the locker last trial because the person said is known to hide in lockers, so I wonder if they're just like, put him in a locker again. Maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point. Okay, but memories aren't like that. You can't remember something that you didn't notice.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does the handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth build section of your handbook. There's a lot of handprints, so. Okay. There's shards of glass shattered around the chairs Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are the top and the bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Okay, yes. Glass shards have been on the floor, has been added to your truth build section of your handbook. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It's a little knight. It's a figure. It fits on the in the palm of your hand. My hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Does someone sell Monokuma chess? Because I would commission that. Because I love funky chessboards. Figure on the floor has been added to your truth build section of the handbook. I would never use it, but I would love it. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Why are they spaced out like that? Inside each bottle there is some kind of Monokuma figure. Upon a tower? What's it called? A bishop and a queen? King? Inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. So where's the queen? Oh, okay, I got it. What I'm wondering is how did they get all these figures inside the bottles?
So
I don't think that's a mystery that we need right now. There's no different than your standard ship in the bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle opening is smaller and the boat is placed inside. You've never seen them? Yeah, but you usually prop up the boat, you lay it flat, you prop it in, and then you open the sails inside the bottle. The only other way you could do this is if you sealed on part of the bottle, but there would be a seam. You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle have been added to your truth build section of the handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shatters of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would only mean that Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of the glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think that it's safe to say that the Monokuma Bottle was the weapon. Yeah, but I would probably steal one of these and put them in my room. He stole the sword, okay? I would steal a bottle. That same shelf full of magazines. They're all different kinds of magazines here. Oh, okay. Thought it was important. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Okay, so she was vomiting blood. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain have been added to your truth build section of your handbook. There looks to be like... It looks like some sort of wrapper. Huh, that's... Do you recognize it, Tina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her, and I thought it might help her calm down a little. So, you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big old box of it in the warehouse. I really liked them. Actually, as soon as we got into the warehouse, I took the entire box back into my room to make sure no one else could get their hands on them. Okay. I mean, yeah, fair. I mean, I just said I would steal a bottle, so. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself, and that's why I gave it to her. Only now? You're one of them so badly you didn't offer to her earlier. You guys have been friends since day one. But now, they're all they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy wrapper had been added to the truth build section of your handbook. You know. Okay. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. I mean, you hit her correctly in the head, maybe? I don't know. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file that's so one of the words I cannot say. Particularly said that she didn't suffer any other injuries. I don't know why, but that's one of the words I just can't say. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth build section of your handbook. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Okay. If Bracket says not a chance, well... yes, I am. Don't be rude to me. New job, so, in the house, so we gotta change everyone's schedule around. So it's going to be earlier now, so I can go to bed earlier. Braca. However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Yeah, I mean, she could have been slowly getting killed by both of them. But, the vomiting blood is never nothing. Okay, clock. Don't think that's important. We already know who did it. Braca, Toko, or... Oh yeah, so it can't be one of the three of us, because if we just saw it through the window and it triggered, it would only counted when we entered the room. So again, it does have to be Braca, Toko, or Hiro, if we're going by that logic. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then, let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her, here, right here in the rec room. Well, yeah, that's pretty big information. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry and that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth build section of your handbook. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, and the same time and place she ended up dying, that might be good to confirm what I just heard with three of them directly.
However,
But, for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how would a killer be able to get the upper hand on her? How would the killer get an upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? It must have taken her by surprise, right? But it didn't say insta-killed by anything, so I wonder, there's probably more, because the other one said, like with Chihiro, died instantly. But Monokuma files are not consistent, because Monokuma likes to mess with them. They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you figured it out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do it, what it said, and risking being killed by that monster? But you didn't... So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Raka says he didn't see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you're really all finished, or if you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Oh, okay, thanks. Raka's account have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, not the table. What was I gonna say? I don't know. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room. It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein is good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, the protein can... It got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. And she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what shattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must have been part of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just shattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue, I'm not sure how. I see how. Empty protein bottle. Nope. God. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The chair was shoved against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Am I done here? The door? The door is just gonna be like, you wanna leave. Oh no, okay, never mind. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting has been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. The rack room door have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then?
Then, you should probably go talk to the others now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you will go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Anything else in this room? No? I mean, it has the clock, but it's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Okay, so that just confirms it wasn't her. This door is the only way in or out of the rack. Oh, yes, I wanted to actually leave this time. Yes. I want to talk to Hina again. Yeah, okay. yeah. Oh, the fact that she met all of them, blah, blah, blah. And she asked them to come to the rec room at noon. This might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. Yeah. Through the area, yes. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay, alive, dead, me, dead, alive, dead, alive. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds, oh, okay, she's doing it. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
I mean, not right now. But not forever.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered down into the hall. Slithered? I don't know what I said. What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? And if it's not something indecent, should I react to that? Something indecent, get ready, if it is something indecent, get ready for a sexual harassment lawsuit. Okay. Well, I kind of want to react to the second one first, because I think the first one is what's actually... So I kind of want to click on this and see what she says. You know, you're always talking about how indecent things are, but you're always the one who brings it up in the first place, you know? What? You think you can beat me in a battle of wits? You're nothing. That's not what I was trying to do. Don't bother. The only one who's allowed to accuse me is Master. My heart and soul belongs to him. I need to pump the brakes on this situation. Awkward silence.
What do you want?
I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Becca already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was so scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Huh, Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Dead. 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 Alive. Newly dead. Dead. Alive. Dead. Who am I going after? It was you, right? Yeah. Hero. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Okay. I need to get more information. Yeah, where is he? I wanted to see if he has more things. What's up, Makoto? Did you need something from me? Actually, yeah. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? Did you mean... Or did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Baraka and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well... When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, no, she gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hira was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. And when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. I have hiccups. Something has fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pockets. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash. Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with her, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. But she gave the notes after the office, so I think what he was trying to say is the office, the nurse's office, notes, met her, and then never showed up again. Never went, is what he's trying to say, but obviously the game is saying, no, that's wrong. So, well, if you excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there is to it. Pocket trash have been added to your truth world section of your handbook. I wonder if it looks like, I don't know, directly like the one that's in the other room? Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro, what next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should go find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Probably... I'm not gonna run because I'm not gonna run into anyone. Probably go up to the chem lab. Where's the chem lab? Here. Yeah. Oh, Brocco's there now. No, I was clicking on Brocco. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more importantly right now, what's the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to carefully not step in it. Okay. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see, what's on the shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. And a poison. It says it has a little... oh, it's a C9. Oh, wait. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf were labeled with the letter A and number. So I guess I could consider this part of the shelving section A, like the giant A. Huh, but wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Someone who wants to clearly kill someone else. So, on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. They're reagent. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring on a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such an ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyways, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf labeled with a letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Okay. Looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All of the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. A lot of them are labeled C9, but we'll move on. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the poison powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. That was the bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A. There's definitely something going on here. Chem lab shelf has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. C4. There's a broken bottle on the floor, a broken bottle in front of the shelf that is all over the, oh, God. Brain broke with me here. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? It was on the fourth floor this morning. I was on the fourth floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Like a chemical. Throwing up blood. Poisoned, if you will. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, I don't know. Is this just the powder, or... There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. But by we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, go on. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I drew up a sketch of the room. Okay, I don't see the point of this yet, so how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me. So when you look at it like this, interesting. And it would appear that whoever left these these footprints only had business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight for the shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I can't think of a reason not to, so I quickly did what Barker said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your feet print. Unfortunately? The heck? Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Oh my god. God, we're really saying things 8 times over. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. I don't think we really needed a drawing for that, but okay. According to Rocco, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprint in the powder has been added to your truth bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Well, we didn't talk to Baraka. It's just the camera. Makoto, I admit, you have a good eye for spotting useless clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Okay. Yes, I could have just fast traveled. Our rec room is... on the 3rd floor? Yeah. Okay, yeah. All these rooms have death in them. Nope. 1 second. Wait. Wait. I will get there. Where is the room? Am I on the other side of the whole room? Am I wrong? Did I mess up? No, I didn't. I was just on the wrong side.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko and Toko... Nope, I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Bakura, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body and the shelf of the magazine, and the Monokuma bottles. These are 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. Shelf, the bottles, her body. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Some clue? Huh, this magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word has been written in bold, bloody letters. It says, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then, it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But, just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... This is Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it. Then, she's the killer, right? You jumped to conclusions way too fast. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I will forgive you.
That's settled. She's the killer for sure. It's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. So, nope, that makes me more... God. Magazine dying message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I mean... Yeah. If she did write it, it would be weird to put it back. And it would be weird that she put it back over there and then came to the chair. It seems very odd. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko doesn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. The ultimate coroner, if you will. It's the kind of thing I've grown preservedly used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
I mean, how many dead bodies have we seen and investigated? More importantly, look here. I don't think that's what she meant, but... More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instrap. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
So she dropped the powder on top of the foot. The powder is a clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? That there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both her hands were spotless, and there's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko would have pulled that off. There's shattered glass scattered around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must be the originally been a bottle. And on top of that, near the glass, yeah, okay, I thought there was something new. Oh, okay, sorry, the bottles. I think Kyoko said she'd find a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Okay, so 2 bonks to the head. 2 bottles missing. Makes sense. Clean finger means not the dying message from... And it wouldn't be a dying message, it would just be weird. Because she would have to have put it back, cleaned off her finger. Something's new. Something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, and you'll sure to find it. A correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusions is a good idea. Every person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. That's not true. A lot of people don't do their own investigating in this game. It's just us. And that's not just because you don't trust me, right? Oh. No answer. I do trust you. To a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma Bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like this? This is what I'm saying. If she did it, she can just be like, oh no, look, I found a dying like, it wouldn't work. Like, she would have done it better. She would have done the dying message better. But like, yeah, it's fine. Just gather up all of the glass. It's like, okay, sure, I'll gather up all the glass. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
Already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. But that obnoxious Brocco is not here, so...
So then...
Anyways, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. Kids should not be playing with glass. Broken glass. What's with that? Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I better just do it. I took a broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiments are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected to one of the Monokuma bottles. that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the investigation. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, the figures are different, so I wouldn't assume it would be balanced. But okay, it's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
So, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what would you expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out to the pieces collected, either they'll balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there is a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, so let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very God, my headache is bad when you can't read. Oh gosh. Conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma Bottle experiment has been added to the Truth Build section of your handbook. Oh, it did. We're done. Yeah, I made fun of Yashihiro for saying, like, for serious and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm ironic. Well, it started out as ironically. You know how it goes. Say dip, so.
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the
Yeah.
first door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. Would it be bold of me? Would it be too bold if I said that she locked the door herself? Not necessarily that she, like, I don't know, if she, like, was slowly dying. And she's like, just lock the door? At very least. I don't know. Might be too bold. There's no secret ways, right? There's no secret doorway in here somehow. There's no secret hallway that only one person knows. Monokuma. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Okay. Okay. How many people are left? 6. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. Okay. One after. So again, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of the media, but I'm so, like, my brain is so preoccupied with thinking of the media that something happened and they just snuck out when they were all looking at something. I can't remember it. It's so annoying because it's like one particular piece of media my brain is showing me, but I can't get it. Anyways, 6 of us. Less than half? Yeah? Yeah, by a bit. I was gonna do math, but I don't want to, so. So no secret doors or whatever. And listen, I had to ask because this game is 100% secrets, which is why I had to make sure. Monokuma made his announcement. Everyone began to meet up one after another. And then, the ultimate martial artist. A locked room mystery. What the... How are they using... How are they using little emoticons? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so I was like, are you just pretend that's not happening? Is that supposed to just be his little face? But... Oh, I just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. It's not, but we're gonna go with it. So yeah, how are we using emoticons? That's just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it super negative. For example, do you, yeah, I guess I can make it sad. Do you have 100 friends? He's right. That does make it seem sad. Now then, please go to the elevator. I'll see you down there. Foop, foop, foop. It looks like the little Pokemon Go Fairy, like up, up, side, side, you know. That game, I was no good at it because I was like 5, but you know. What the hell was that? I don't get it. I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I was acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone. If it... I'm torn because the game already played him so dirty with like changing his wording to being like ogre and stuff, where he never did that before. So I'm torn between at least they're being consistent with him being just so dumb, but also having, if he did do it and he's just so dumb. But then also the locked room, I guess if he did do it, how the hell did he get out of it? Unless, again, my suspicion, which Sakura closed the door herself, because she's a sweetheart and would close the door if someone killed her and walked away. I'm torn because at least he's back to being an idiot, but his weird change of behavior with Sakura's is just odd in general to me, like writing wise. Yeah, I completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. They all did it. This is Murder on the Orient Express. I don't think that's how that worked, but trust me, all of them did it. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is a culprit. Well, no one did it. No one did it. Brockwich just said someone did it. No one did it. It was Monokuma. Like I said. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. I don't know why she's in a different way. Like, it's like a spotlight on her when no one else. Like, we didn't have Sayaka have a spotlight on her with like, you know, that like glitchy zoom in, which honestly for me is exactly how Panic works. So, but this is more respectful, honorific. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. Well, 2 bonks in the head and poison does that to someone. And that person is here. That person is one of us. I want to talk to Hiro again because I love just hearing his dialogue. I said it before, I'll say it again. It wasn't me. Okay. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. I watched the doors close and felt it begin the sinister descent. Oh, there's so little of us. Oh no. Oh no. God, I love Sakura so much. She did nothing wrong in her life ever. Nope. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower. I just imagine it being really slow. It's just one floor down. It's just really slow. And as suddenly as always, the ride was over. And the door opened once again. Okay. Egyptian themed? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You said that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less roommate? Or classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Okay. With murder mystery games, there was a small difference. Means something. God, I wish I remember what I said to trigger that, but I don't remember, so I will keep in mind that small differences mean something important. So, the curtain opened for the 4th time. Oh wait, do you mean about the light? Yeah, okay, you got it. Big brain. So intelligent, so smart. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. Fate. A deadly class trial. Save. Yes. Okay. Multiple suspects. Murdered in a locked room. If anyone was likely to survive, it was Sakura. And yet... Okay. Open skills. Oh god. Okay, so we can have 3 more tokens gone. Okay. Increases the time limit for each phrase. Okay, that's lost in thought is definitely something I want. Steadies your aim a little. I don't think I need steadies the aim. Increases the damage to an opponent when the statement is destroyed. I think I got okay last time with the... What is it called? Bullet time battle? I did pretty okay, so I think Lost in Thought's the best. Exit. Finish preparations. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the back end, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
God, Hina, you say that every time. Every time. Yeah, I was thinking, that could have happened with Hero, where it's like, okay, if he got really mad at, especially Hina, for... But again, it wouldn't make sense with Sakura being the person that got murdered. But really mad at Hina for being like, you literally said multiple times during the trial you just wanted to vote me. And we would have all died, but I kept telling you it wasn't me. But the fact that he's just like ogre and missing link and all that, where it's just like beast, where it's just like, when did you do that? Why? We already know who did it.
Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her.
Okay, never mind.
Nakuya, Toko, or
We didn't even classify it. We didn't even classify who. It was all three. You're an idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone, no way!
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't
I
want
think
to
he would be
hear
too.
excuses.
You'd be too afraid of the ghosts. If you kill someone, what's the likelihood of you believing ghosts? Their ghosts would be permanently with you. Hina seems really sure that one of these three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. I mean, again, with the body announcement. Make your argument. Okay. What did Aoi say?
It was one of you.
Uh,
You killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
oh, sorry. Okay, that's where. No, I missed it.
As low as
Do
get.
do do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know. It's the one that actually just makes sense.
It was one of you killed.
And what reason?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us? No, it's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So
Fair.
there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then, does that matter? Or does that mean one of them did it? Make your argument. Pocket trash. I'm saying,
That Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
I didn't know which one popped up. I'm like, wait. But, can I at least stop?
Kira, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
So yeah, he could have dropped the piece, like, if she did give the note, which obviously we're supposed to be like, hey, that's sus as hell. But like, if it's like, here is a piece of paper, the note. Also, Hina just gave me this candy. Do you want a candy? Like, that would make sense. Hero, when we were talking, yeah, okay.
It was white with red polka dots. What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the trial, though, they said, I don't know what the line was, just earlier. They just said, Hina really is, like, strong at pushing one of them. And I'm like, don't you try to tell me Hina killed anyone. Definitely not Sakura.
No, it's,
Because I was going to lose it, but then it's like, no, we're just leading into the next point. So I'm like, okay.
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I've totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
in that case, Hero, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
No, because he said he also got the note. Was the note I thought he said the note was after the doctor's office.
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before that.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have given the candy after the incident at the nurse's office. The reason I know this is because when Sakura got the candy.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Tina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Well, we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the
Kyoko.
magazine shelf, right?
He? Kyoko.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the vacation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Okay. I'm ready. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay. He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But at that time, where was the dying message? Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh no! Wait, we're gonna fast forward.
It was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What I said makes total sense.
How do I slow down time again? I think it might be spacebar. We're gonna try it.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh. Okay. What's wrong? Did I say something weird? Yes! Yes. I need to think about it one more time. There must be a correlation in there somewhere.
I can tell you exactly
Okay, maybe I need to...
when I found the dying
Okay, I need to, I think, take it.
body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message.
No, sorry, I want to take it.
When I pulled it out, I
What I said makes total sense.
I have no idea if this is right, but we're gonna try it. Oh,
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
yeah.
Joker's body was destroyed.
I thought the magazine would have counted, the magazine rack or whatever would have counted as a place.
Body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hero. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us. Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Moment of truth. Oh god.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
How do I trigger the...
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Oh god. Something happened, I was very confused.
The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Ow. God. Okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out the timing at all.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Did I do it? Oh god.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
I didn't think I did that. I thought I died.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting a feeling he didn't do it if he... Well, he's just so bad.
Hero could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it! I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Did he like... No.
Because
I'm gonna be like, did he find the body? But that didn't make sense.
I killed her!
Okay, never mind. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
When I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence.
God, I love her so much. She gave him candy.
Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything. Monokuma did it.
I heard that. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
No.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
No.
So of course I freaked out, and then
No. Honey, no, she wasn't.
I
Oh.
saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
The locker is closed.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
Oh, hero.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something,
Okay.
I'd be caught and executed.
It was way too fast. There's no way this is the trial. Or unless the rest of the trial was literally figuring out how the locker room happened.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Wow, that's like a little... I think you would use die a little heavier of a word. Like, it's a little more meaning, given the fact that, you know, you saw so many people die.
That's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me.
10 people?
Whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that.
What would his punishment be? Something occult slash future reading? I wonder.
It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. You're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
Dude, it was like 10 minutes. Chill.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story. What are you talking about? What else could there be? There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message doesn't make sense. Yeah, why was the magazine hidden?
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying! I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime. He's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Okay, so the locker.
I don't think there's any question about that. Who was it? If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone that wouldn't like what had someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Toko. Yeah, give me my heart backs.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person
Okay.
whose name was written on it?
That could be fun if, I mean, not with Sakura. I mean, I guess it could make sense. I think Toko's pretty smart. I mean, she did a lot of writing and said it was in books, but she did a lot of romance writing. But saying, kind of the game flipping it, being like, the one with anxiety, Toko, did the murder instead of genocide, Jill, that could be interesting.
Is he right, Toko? Could you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed him.
No, you didn't.
Blast you!
Don't doubt
Monokuma?
Sakura with the body. But that's not where this case ends.
you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Okay. Because she was vomiting blood. When did that take place? Okay, okay. Hold on, what? Hold on. Okay, dead. Blood. Okay. Where was... Two blows to the head. Okay, I feel like that might be it.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
What?
After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer.
What are you talking about? Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but that doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head. Yeah. It just... Suffered 2 blows to the head.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Okay, that's not a contradiction.
You hit her from behind.
Uh-huh.
And you only hit her once.
Uh,
Is that right?
And this is...
Yeah, just once.
Is that...
No, what's wrong?
Did I hit, one of the white noise, I guess?
Sakura died from Hiro's single blow. That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
It would be so funny if she was the ultimate coroner instead. That would be funny.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more,
Bonk,
both
bonk.
attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
I mean, all the glass matched. Oh.
Think back. After the incident, there were
Okay.
4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chest piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
Wait, but you can't prove there were 6.
But how can you know for sure there
Okay.
were 6 bottles?
I'm like... This is such a roundabout way.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
I just two wounds, and then all the glass on the ground, and there's heavier glass, and they're all red glass. It's all the same glass. Like, boom, proves it. I don't. This roundabout way. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be is the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Oh, Hangman's Gambit. I'm so good at this. Chess piece. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it was, before I ever even known anything about Danganronpa, I saw a skit from ProZD making a short of the Danganronpa stuff, where it just like, oh, Hangman's Gambit, and I was like, that's such a weird thing. I'm like, there has to be more to it, like, he has to be exaggerating it. And then I played it, I'm like, he was right.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Are you gonna tell me what the tower is called?
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. Bishop? The rook. Is that a bishop? I guess it's a... No, bishop... Is... what? I don't know. Nah, who cares?
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
I guess it was a bishop. No, bishops are the other ones, so it must have been... the rook. Yeah, the rook. Okay, yeah.
So, what's that thing matter? I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you?
It's just you're missing the queen. You're missing the queen.
In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
What's her sigil on her tie?
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king,
Wonder.
rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. So yeah, I guess.
And on the ground was the knight. Oh, so the queen is missing.
You know, the one of the most, you know, powerful pieces.
We only have evidence for
One.
5 bottles,
The most powerful piece.
while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
I don't know what shogi is. Teach me, Hiro. I want to know. I love talking to Hiro. I know I just made a joke like that, but I mean seriously, I just really like hanging out with him. He seems just... God, when I'm done with this, I'm just going to play so much of Heroes just to get all his lines.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing.
With the previous line, my sister has been making fun of me for doing that, especially when I've been out of it with like a headache or whatever, and I'll be like, this, and my sibling will say like, yeah, I get you, like this, and I'm like, yes, and then I'm like, no, just the same exact way, where I'm like, no, that is not what I'm saying. She finds it humorous every single time.
There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared at any time before the murder.
Again, I would have stole it.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
I'm not even good at chess, I just like the bottle with the chess piece in it.
How is it clear? Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing was broken.
The bottle must have been broken.
See, this all could have been resolved if we just jumped 3 steps ahead and went with How do you know 2 blows of the head? Oh, well, A, it has evidence. Oh, how do you know they're the same 2 bottles? Oh, because we did the bottle experiment and they all matched. You know what I'm saying? Like, jump over all of that. Just right there.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves it is the... Kyoko and I figured it out before. It was the weighing of them. Weighing of them.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavy. And the reason for that is...
Where's the last piece? Monokuma
there
piece.
was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Like, where did they get rid of it to? Do they just have it in the room? Is it that person on trash duty? Are we doing trash duty anymore?
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles
Surmise.
were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
If you accidentally just took too many pieces, you would have been able to ignore all this. Just be like, yeah, wonder where that hit her twice, because there's no extra bottle, just because if you took enough that the weight was like equal or less than, it's like no proof.
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces,
Luckily.
which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by the second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Yeah, Toko. Wasn't she would have been bleeding a little bit? Or no, I guess not, maybe. I guess she said cuts, but eh. But she also was still throwing up, and there was a pile of blood, so...
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed.
Well, he believed that to be true.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Okay. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
Okay, so you were just standing in the hallway, like you didn't go into the rec room to sit down, you were just like, ugh, and was just in the hallway?
I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
Okay, but you didn't think that that might be important to the locked room scenario that we had, the how did we possibly blah 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 blah, like, no?
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Fair, that's fair. Yeah, panic does a lot to somebody.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come to.
No, I hate you, Braca. You suck.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element oh my god. Okay. Gotta get back up. Okay. I guess what? 10 kills in? 6 people left? I mean... Yes, it's the 16th student. 6 people left. I guess we can keep adding more. A new element have been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? As far as okay. So far we provided nope. So far you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. No, I have anxiety. I'm always thinking about things. But from now on you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Look at all the dead people. Yeah, I saw... Again, no spoilers, but I saw a cute little art thing where... I think a few of them, but I didn't look through any of them. That it was... like these, like the victims of like ghosts, and it was just like standing around watching, and they're like, "No, you idiots!" And it was so funny to me because just imagine ghosts are real, because like they talk about it so much with Hero, and just like ghosts are real, and they're just there like, "Oh, you guys are idiots!" No, you know, it was so funny. So now you have to choose the proper bullet or truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You will select it the same way as during a non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key or I don't think it's... Anyways, use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you set it to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game. Oh my god. I was gonna say that, like, I was like, oh, well, if there's 6 left and there was 10 people gone, we're probably just over halfway there. Oh my god, I was gonna... Oh. You're about halfway through the game. Go you! Well then, good luck, and have fun. Oh god, GFHL, no, G, whatever.
It's a lie.
Oh.
Nothing.
I guess I should just, like, skip it, right? If there was nothing there. Getting 2 bullet back at once is so good. I don't know. Oh god. How do I, There's a space button, I figured it out. Hey, hidden, handprint, shoot it. Oh my goodness, I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Oh my goodness.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Multiple times, just behind and then forward and then just down the whole thing. There was a lot of handprints.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
I don't think I would recognize my handprint.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Okay. I feel like that isn't the best way to prove a murder.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
God, I hate perv characters, and I hate Braca, but God, is that funny.
She just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura. No, I swear there's no way.
Out with it.
Up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early. So I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go. But I was too scared to face her.
When has she ever shown violence to any of us, guys? Just because she's bigger and stronger and amazing doesn't mean she would kill any of us.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Okay, to be fair, she did threaten Toko with a black eye before.
Did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well,
After you left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
What if the locker just locked, though? Could you get out of a locker? Can you like one of the ones? Not the ones with like a padlock, like the dial ones. Can you just like not get out of those?
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
You're an imbecile.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
Hit Braca again.
After I put the magazine back, there was sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh.
Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
But we didn't see any blood. Did you wipe her blood off?
When I saw that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazine. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask
Sakura? She's dead. Her, you mean... Yeah.
it was your fault after all.
Ah, boring.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Okay.
So I can't really say what was going on.
Okay, okay.
Just minding my own business,
That's-
sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake.
I mean, I did mention that previously, that I'm, like, sharing the memories, but they do say that they don't, so...
Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I expect it was the first thing I could find. Which I guess was a bottle.
So you didn't even see, like, Genocide Jill didn't even see Hero do it. It just happened to be the same situation.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
So Toko didn't know what happened. She said, like, yes, probably I did kill her solely because she passed out and assumed Genocide Jill did.
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'll sharpen your scissors. You wouldn't let me touch your scissors, but I'll do it.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me in.
No, I think she's right.
I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know.
The truth.
But anyway, I'm not the one that killed her. So that's good.
Would it be blamed on him if their collective blows both killed? Like, one blow wouldn't have killed her, the second one by itself wouldn't have killed her. It would only kill, like, because both? Like, would it? Who would have died in that situation? Who would have been blackened? Both of them? So, that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure she'd have some sort of words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
I guess, like, to be like, not good enough, you know, she's still dead. It doesn't matter if you killed her or not, but Hina also jumps into things really quickly, so...
No, not quite yet.
I swear to God, if they do say Hina killed her, I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to quit the game. I ain't going to play unless you got a good explanation.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
I have a message. 1 second. Oddly enough, it was not important.
Hero's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't the poison.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
If someone used the word gaggle, I'm not gonna take you seriously, dude.
You wish my command, darling.
So, Genocide Jill likes soft men. And I keep saying this, but it's really funny. That's just like, she likes soft men, so that's why she likes Bakura. But Toko likes stronger men, which is why she likes Bakura. Which is funny. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... I thought I had to choose for a second. I was like, I don't know. Dang. I don't think we were there yet. Okay, the 2 hits. Okay, it's definitely going to be the status.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
Because she didn't throw up.
Waking up right in front of the magazine.
She didn't throw up blood yet.
You were taken by surprise when you saw overwhelmed in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it. I smashed her good.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I look at.
Ah.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
That's the... Not... I thought it was going to be the blood that was vomited, but... Fair, I guess.
You found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
You finally noticed.
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Oh, okay. I thought that was for throwing up blood, but I guess that's where she got hit. Okay.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
She just... Nothing actually killed her. She just lost that much blood. Just too much.
And she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
And also there was no blood on her face.
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko is hiding in locker is because you saw it yourself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
See, I understand from the game playing standpoint. I would be like, yes, of course, we can see that there's the thing that's open. However, if I was in Hiro or Raka standpoint, it's like, okay, but what stops you from lying?
Okay then, what was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
The poison.
because you're overlooking vital information.
Poison. Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Make your argument.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
And again, if that's only blood, she wiped her face off.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she rubbed the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
That's a little extreme.
She's in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could
But if there wasn't a cut or anything,
do that.
what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Oh my god.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
She was not poisoned. And again, that's not it. She something else.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Chill.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? believe, then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Okay, fine.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, he thought he did it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle.
Entire
What
bottle.
the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where did you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements, in B, reagents, and in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Barkwood just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
I'm assuming there's way more powerful poisons than having to mix in a whole, I don't know how big, container of poison.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Why would it be still in Section A?
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I can't believe my eyes. Barker put the bottle of poison to his lips and... Is it not poison? Or, is it not powder? Did he just... Is he chugging powder? Powder? We were all shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. And as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Brockwell was as calm as ever. I don't think he has ever taken protein in his life. This will be very bad for him. Not protein. Dang it. Okay. Well, yes, protein. He did switch it. Yes, no, I was right. No, wait, I was right. They switched it. This is supposed to be a supplement. I don't think he ever took supplement in his life. I think this is going to be really bad for him. Also, isn't it protein powder? It's powder. Unless it's... I was like, maybe the poison's liquid then. But then it's like, well, the powder isn't. The protein isn't. Whatever. The words are words. Yeah, it's gonna mess you up, dude. You're gonna feel sick. Also, I know it said that you're going to need to take a whole bottle to be lethal. But have you tried not taking in any poison? Like, there's like, unless you rinse that bottle out, there's still poison in there. It is powder.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Yeah, again, but again, it still probably has stuff around the edges, and I know if you just, it just doesn't seem great. And then also, that's a lot of powder for poison, like a lot. There's probably some, like you said, there were high powerful poisons. Why didn't we choose a more powerful one?
Protein? Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
Also, so much powder. Like, what is this? A cinnamon challenge all over again? Was that? Wait, when was that? Maybe that. So, like, this was around the same time as the cinnamon challenge. Is this not? We should know better. Don't. don't try to swallow powders. And also cinnamon, blah blah. Toko took the bottle from Baka and scraped up a little bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
You guys like totally indirect kissed. I'm so sorry. I need to stop.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder.
I'm pretty sure protein powder, you take like teaspoons, tablespoons. Like I don't think you take that much. Like, dude, I really don't think you should take that much.
The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
What a good question. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which means that conversely, the poison must have been in. Could it be? Oh, okay. Hangman's Gambit. Protein. Sorry, I'm not looking. Ah, I missed it. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the words because I went, how do you spell protein? Just gotta sit here? Is it protein with an E? Oh, it is. Yeah. Protein drink. I don't know what I thought was there instead of an E, but I missed it. Oh, no, I didn't. Ha, I did it.
Now I understand.
What was saying the different, like, why didn't we choose a different poison?
Poured into the protein can.
Why did, like, they explicitly said when we found the cabinet that there was really high, really, like, powerful poisons. So why didn't we just choose a more powerful poison instead of one that you need the whole bottle of? Like, it was, what, this big of powder? I don't know. I don't know.
If the protein's in the
I'm just saying
poison,
stuff.
it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison. Holy crap! All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Sorry, something was on my leg. Something at the scene of the crime.
I got it!
I don't think there was a cup of water.
For a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
No? I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be. It must be what we found in front of the shelf. Did I miss it? No, I think it's the footprints. I was actually trying to read that instead of just giving it, but
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
this is the whole case. It's just broken glass, broken window, 2 broken bottles, broken poison bottle.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Did she just walk around with?
The footprints were in
blood.
Where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
I think we both found the bottle with the poison. I mean, you found the poison. Yeah. You found out it was switched, but I think we both found the poison. Just saying. So, just jot that one down, Brachua.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Good, because we didn't
They're mine.
really want to check everyone's shoes. Also, that sounds annoying.
If you're all gonna find out anyway,
She didn't. There has to be more to it. Sakura and her talked or something. There's more to this.
I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are... I guess us two?
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Yaku. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their sizes for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Couldn't it have been... Sakura's herself? Like, I know that she had white, yellow powder on the top of her shoe, but like, couldn't it have been possible that she just spilled it, went ow, and then walked in it? She was wearing sneakers.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning a crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
It's an emotional saying, not a natural one.
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
No, you're wrong. They were in love.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
You're a concoction.
Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did,
Do the backgrounds of each trial actually mean anything, or is it just like whatever they feel like designing? Because it's just like funny that it changes every time.
why? Why would you do that?
Is the mastermind like, I gotta go paint the walls now? Like every single time there's a trial, just like, gotta go, paint the walls, make it Egyptian themed this time.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein again. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison mixture.
I don't believe it.
And then she drowned it. All at once.
don't believe it, mainly because I asked my sibling, who does not play Danganronpa and knows anything about it. I asked who killed Sakura. My sibling went, "Oh, it definitely was her friend," and I went, "No, no." So I would have to text her and be like, "I'm wrong," and I'm never going to admit that. So, it definitely wasn't Hina.
And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
Okay, see? Me and Kyoko. We know the truth.
Claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Oh yeah, and also Brocco said it. Yeah, of course it was wrong. Wait, why am I worried? No, seriously. Brocco said it, so it can't be true.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honey words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
I literally don't think that's true. I pretty sure statistically shows that people sacrifice themselves all the time for others.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
She was running?
It's too obvious.
I don't know. What if it was yeah.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Okay. Got another text message. We're gonna see if it's important.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
I should definitely leave it here. But it feels so close. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here because it's late. I always save the next slot, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna leave it then. Yeah, okay, cool. Because I was like, oh, it's probably like soon, and then I was like, no, wait. We have to explain how Hina didn't do it, who did do it. Yeah, and then the execution, and those would all take a very long time. So I'm definitely going to end it here instead for today, because I usually try to give it... Well, sometimes I go to 3 hours, but I try to give it hour and a half to 2.5 hours and be like, okay, stop playing, let's figure this out, get some help. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it here and I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow, next week. God, I wish I would play tomorrow. Next week, I'm gonna forget everything, but I'm excited. Also, halfway through the game, how many months have I been playing this? I've been playing it for so long. Oh man, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a long game. Also, this game is not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and not in like a rude way. The humor style of the time and stuff, like, I thought it would be, we had Hifumi, I thought it would even be somehow more perverted, like pervert characters, or especially like drawing them in sexy ways, which hasn't, only happened twice now for me, and maybe 3 times if you would count the apparently somewhat weird, like, peeking into the bathroom when the girls were showering. I think my sibling said that can't happen. So I surprised by it because I thought it would be worse, and even so, I thought there would be a lot more like fat comments with Hifumi, especially since he's like trademark fat personness, like junk food and sexual and blah blah blah. So I'm actually really positively surprised. I bring this up because my sibling is, I'm not getting spoilers for it, my sibling is angry at the second one, being that it's, to her words, worse, and she's very angry at it. So with that kind of stuff, from how much she played, I think she said she got through the first murder, and she won't tell me anything, obviously. So I want to point out that the second one, apparently she's really angry about one character. She gave me a little bit, one character, which is the, like, a nurse character, like, falls or whatever, and it's really accidental perversion kind of thing, and she hates it. She was like, because she watched somebody else play this game, and she's like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So she decided to buy the second one, and she's like, it's so much worse. So I feel really bad. So I'm now kind of debating, like, wait, should I want to play it or not? So I might have her play more of it to see if it's worth it, because again, first murder, you don't really know anything about the game. But oh boy, that's sad and upsetting. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna eat some food. It's gonna get you through. Give it. I thought I was farther along, but halfway through. I guess chapter 6 probably will be long, because if it's case 4 and there's 6 cases. But yes, we'll talk about that at a different time. Later. Okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave and eat some food. Oh, chapter 5 will breeze by. Okay, so then chapter 6 must be really long, because if chapter 4 is here, and I'm halfway through the game, chapter 6 must be longer than the whole freaking... okay, I'm interested. I think that means chapter 6 is where things get just tossed in the air, and everything's out the window. Just... 3 hours! It took me 3 hours to get through Celeste's case because I was talking so much, so... That's on me, though. That's on me. Class Trial 6 is an interesting thing, because 6 means 6 murders. That means 2 more people. 2 more cases. Interesting. Goodbye. I'm going to leave.